Me ba be posting sembia Richard Ahiagbah eba be katre Ghana for. Na no kware ni senia Ghana for mo twi nenim no enya asem ketwa. Na me be say me read the comments no na ye heard ye Ghana for katre Richard Ahiagbah. If you don't know what he said, maybe I made the video no beto ebeto aso. Sembia wakan ende MPP are buying 8 years on. Still walk katre and say ye blame me NDC. Yen kunko blame NDC for Ghana and be seni TCC ano. Na Ghana for melodies efficacy mwakasa. Yenti nsemwa melodies for a kind. Pisakwa say, not all educated people are sensible. Secondly, he's a stomach politician. You say empty barrel makes a lot of noise. Ahiagbah, you are empty. Justin Atete say, who has wasted his time? 7 years and still counting. What has MPP given Ghana? Have they not wasted our time? There is no job for the youth. People can hardly feed. He should shut his trap. Nelisco say, I think we should stop talking about this guy. We can't contend with such extreme dishonesty. I wonder how he gets these interviews. His line of reasoning will not appeal to the neutral mind. Justin Atete say he is obviously delusional. He's not well. I don't even know what values he's talking about. Margaret Odo say Voltarians chiefs must call him to stop him disgracing Voltarians. He has sold his soul to the devil and his family. Margaret in Samuel Kanono. And Akwabna Edi emoji ebae. Susan Baka was say Movito avu koklo Ahiagbah. Okay. User say this is not a Voltarian. This is not the Voltarian, I believe strongly, because the Voltarian is naturally intelligent and disciplined. They don't tell untruth to solicit for money and personal gains. So say onu njide Richard Ahiagbah ewe ni na ewe for the omokane kwae. We hear Richard Ahiagbah some na wamu no mon kane kwae ewe for kane kwae wamu na kane kwae. Mo fa se mo. Susan say Richard Jimakpla kwashia. And Ivy Abeka say Jimakla literally means born and undisciplined by his parents or born to irresponsible parents. Margaret Odo say good say melodies thanks. Cynthia say all the MPP leaders need medical checkup. Michael Lott say don't argue with a fool. People may not know the difference. Sarah Yaboa say imagine a Voltarian who is speaking against his own Voltarian who came and saved Ghana from these people with hoarding and stealing from Ghanaians. That is so shameful and embarrassing to the Voltarians. Even look what they did to his people after the Akosombo spillage. And he didn't have a common sense to plead for them. He has sold his soul to the Ekufuado and his mafia, but he has to know that he is being used and they will discard him after. Me say, ye na ya waha, onye de obeye ni na, ombeko opposition, and we will see. Gavivina Tamaklo say, it saddens me when my people allow themselves to be used to doing all the dirty work on behalf of the MPP, which political group plotted and removed the first democratic government in Ghana. Simplicity say, you see, this time, any appointment, he's not involved. Eric Apia say, Ekufuado's puppets. Mr. Cheru say, they still think we are fools. Well, indeed, some of us are fools and refusing to think. Yes, these same Dankwa Buzia elements were against the construction of the Akosombo Dam. The PNDC, through the structure adjusted program, paid back most of their debts back to the IMF. Inflation was reduced from 142% to 10%. That's from 1983 to 1991, published by IMF. This man is crazy. Susan Baka Biom say he should go to Papa J in his grave. Charles Dakon say melodies. You see Abodan Funkwan. Alex Mate say his face alone is a disappointment. Jacob Blessing say useless Ashantis too. Always blame great NDC. That be Richard Ahiagbah no nya Ashantini o. Nti say who be fast for Eddie Asante for Atemwa. I'm sorry. Richard Ahiagbah nya Ashantini of Volta region. And Richard Ahiagbah is also coming from the stronghold of Volta region, Ketu, Nogokbo area Hosa. Na hosu no free. No ye ne hosa no. Godwin Osei say the gods of the land, Volta region, will strike him with tender in the name of Jesus. Say, hey, that be way there. That be Mr. Munyan to was here. Joseph Aqua say, Nonsense, Mr. Ahiagbah. You need to get the proper interpretation of history. Go back and check who were behind the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah. Jacob Blessing say, Melody, you are right. Elizabeth say, well done, Melody. Since you Moka, Melody, you are right. Well done. If you don't understand why they are saying that, it's because of what I said, the analysis I made. Also, to be honest, it is not worth listening to MPP. Vida Kwate say, Ahiagbah is a disgrace. Victoria say, what values is he talking about? The trumu. To him, Akufo-Addo has not wasted our time. Ahmed Tijani, or say, Kwasia, Omame, why? You can even blame the NDC for the recent poisoning of your own party members. Charles Danso say he is really mad. Rev G say, but Melodies, what were you expecting these people to be telling us? All these statements is telling me, you and other well-informed Ghanaians, that they don't have any message. Godwin say, Melody, please, this guy must tell me his village in the Volta region. He don't have a village in the Volta region. He is disgracing the Voltarians. All what he's saying is jandam, and we know all the tricks. Truth, as a Melodies, you know Richard Ahiagbah is an intelligent man. He's just doing politics. I don't know whether he contested for the position. I am sure the MPP wanted another tribesman to mix with the team, which is why he was appointed. I believe that is why Baumia was also elected. Philip Kufita say, this man has just received his monthly allowance to reshape his thinking capability and blockheadedness. Godwin Akakpo say, he is advocating for one-party system, which has been the wishes of these primitive people from time immemorial, and it's been in making, but forgetting that the uprising against Nkrumah, who was unselfishly developing the country to the world standard, but ignorantly overthrown by these idiots, yet will today blame the innocent as usual. Okay, users say they don't have people to talk to them. Haha. Maria Wan say, but under Rawlings, our water bodies wasn't in this mess. MPP makes it look like Rawlings' coup was the only coup we had in Ghana. Charles Dako say, Melodies, ask that fool which people did the first coup and overthrow our first elected president, Kwasiato. Go back and check the history of where you belong. Go fui. Charlie. I can't understand them, you know. Ayana emissary. Oh, fui. I say, Peace Aqua say, not all educated people are sensible. Secondly, he's a stomach politician. Said this was the first comment, and now the last comment. I like how Peace Aqua, you made it the first and the last. Anyway, so that's that. Yemko analysis I'm a day same way na abano.
Mimo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. I think say with all due respect, okay? With all due respect, this is not me trying to be a savage or me trying to insult. With all due respect, this is I think this is a serious call. It's a clarion call. MPP for mo communication man director Richard Ahiagbah. Personally, I think he needs medical checkup. I am not joking. MPP's Richard Ahiagbah, I think personally he needs medical checkup. I think that the MPP should take Richard Ahiagbah to they should try to send him to a psychiatrist to check Nitrim. There is something not well. Enya temdidie na medi. Na mebebo audio bi akyere mo. We ye Richard Ahiagbah enra oko join news file. Nsem bia Richard Ahiagbah to me hwe Ghana fo anim e ka kyere Ghana fo no. Ma membo netie na utie wi a ka kyere me se de me ka kyere no e ya temdidie na se nya temdidie.
Wasting of our time. I think that certainly we're doing that. And if you look at the horizon where we come from and where we are today, you certainly can say that if the Big Six visited Ghana today, they'll be proud what we have achieved. See, primarily, I think I want to make the point that
first, no, Yebisane said Ghana at 67. Say no huno. Na ban was 20. I see Ghana at 67 there. Say Kwame Nkrumah and the Big Six almost saying Omochi by and Komuni Beji Bibia Ghana and the ye drew no. Not to say, according to Richard Ahiagbah, no. Send your Ghana for years to say, or my way, 67 years ye nimguasie and ye ndu baby ayen ono de ose dabi ose se Kwame Nkrumah moba omuni beje because President Akufo-Addo abanya wote so no wa ya ade wa bomodin no problem yento aso.
The idea of self-determination is not for us to prove anything to anybody. It's a fundamental right for us to determine how to live well according to our values and beliefs. That in of itself is achievement. For any group of people to have the capacity to self-determine that we are a society where a group of people will live according to our values and beliefs is a fundamental right that we have asserted, and we thank our forebears for struggling to attain that for us, and we have built on that considerably. And if you look at today, where Ghana is, a lot of us will be proud. But for the
Mr. T I have say in America say Richard Ahiagbah ohia medical check-up no. Osi wo hwe Ghana sesi a nkrofo bebre ni beje but obetre nkrofo a asai Ghana ti.
The wastages that occurred and that the antecedents of the NDC, the PNDC, wasting a vast amount of years in military rule and subsequently the First Republic, the first 8 years of the Fourth Republic, I think that would have gone far, but we'll regain those lost years. But I want to agree with Prof. H.C. Prempeh that we have not made intelligent use of our resources. And that also in part is due to the NDC disruptions and the wasting of our time for a long time. You know, up until last year, 2022 or so, when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, President Akufo-Addo...
Inti basically no, Richard Ahiagbah nsemu a waka tre Ghana for say, Ghana de nanka by this time etumpon de dada. Anka Ghana etumpon ekonenim. De ama Ghana akechiri ene say, NDC eba abenmu a no mo ama Ghana ya akechiri. NDC for eba Ghana wo mo ba be waste your time. Enye sa anka Ghana yetumpon. So MPP for this is going to be your line of argument. After 8 years in power, this is what now you are going to tell Ghanaians. MPP for that, I mean, right now that is your line of argument. After 8 good years in power, the more be catch Ghana for no. NDC aye to abamo mo NDC aye mo ba be mo no mo aba be waste Ghana time. Enya sa nanka Ghana yetumpon. This is now your line of argument. Now Richard Ahiagbah ba betina TV so. O kasakra no be hunu say host ne kra no nanko be source say na Richard. Do you know why I'm saying say Richard Ahiagbah needs medical checkup? Asemo ada de bia ya na meka ne say ye ka se nkrofo bi abo man wi ana nkrofo bi asai Ghana. Na ka MPP for any kwan se mo kasa wo. Na a political party a ye wo mu from omo say Nkrumah. And the ye kase nkrofo asai Ghana mumu tumi nya akukudro tumi kasa. That is why I'm saying that Richard Ahiagbah, he needs medical checkup. Because if he knew the history of his own party, he will not be saying these things he's saying. And the NDC military rule military rule na NDC baba na ema omane ekechi enye sankomane tumpon. Na Uganda ni betina se no akasa enye se mo forefathers eko plot ye against Nkrumah etu ni free so ananko man we edu enimo a se ni pakro no ndika na mo emra na Nkrumah si akosombo dam kra no. You people, your forefathers, they were against it. What are you saying? Nkrumah major project your people were against it. And your mom crop from forefathers neko trotron krata akokoma England, Queen of England, and Nkrumah yenye ni say ni ntuni free so no ye say na ye did ye say Nkrumah say. Na mo ye ka senkrofobia say Ghana, mo MPP for mu tumi nya kokudro tumi kasa. Are you serious? Your forefathers are ye biso almost our time no. Emra na Nkrumah Ghana woji Ghana ni na maye ni na ba be ye 1 ye 2 din Ghana. Mo forefathers no mo pese ye 2 ni din akan land. na wo Richard Ahiagbah ya wo free voter region na ke to na Canada na ke no betumi akwa kwatena TV so kasa nko ya asemu ya wo ka tre Ghana foi you Richard Ahiagbah no where you were coming from no you were not part na ye mpese wo beba be kan Ghana ho Richard Ahiagbah na wende o se o free voter region ende wotena TV so eke biama MPP no mo forefathers mo forefathers na ko mo se nyanka mo pese Ghana kona anko mo pese yetu ni din akan land no ankroma ko voter region ko jik be kan ho se wo muni na mo mbra ne enya ne Ghana no nanka enkroma okotie MPP forefathers no de no anko mo pa nanka Richard Ahiagbah anka ende you are not part of this country called Ghana and wo be kan ko asemu ya tre Ghana for ye ka se nkrofo aseye o man a wo Richard Ahiagbah tumi nya kokudro betena TV so and the military rule NDC military rule omo no ama omana aka nechi hey the single act your people did to overthrow Nkrumah and then ama Ghana ende they bia yeso ya say on my way we have all the resources we have the people we have the best brains and all that now so yentiase se Ghana ni kwa abrochi a omo tumi nya eyi adwuma ni ye. Now so Ghana ha ni entiase some people even believe in say a spiritual some people didn't you moka say spiritual and so almost say Nkrumah na abo yendia as to whether you believe that or not I don't know but some people that's what they are saying say Nkrumah and abo Ghana for the edua one mo na ma Nkrumah say indeed say no kware say Nkrumah na abo Ghana for edua one mo na ma Nkrumah abo Ghana for edua enya Richard Ahiagbah o party no omo amo idolize no wo party ne forefathers amode hwe omo te party na enye omo eno omo man Nkrumah bo Ghana dia enye omo no mutu ni free so are you serious ni e kan bi abo man a wo tumi nya kokudro betina TV so ka se NDC na abo man forget about politics so they forget about politics tell me one bad metric mo Richard Ahiagbah mo ba ya sa bad metric no mumbiti NDC if it's about borrowing now you've beaten the NDC, you've borrowed more than them. And America, no forget about politics. Let's go straight statistics. Say your Bosnian boy, what Bosnian see in NDC? Say your corruption. The records are there. Corruption perception index. Your government is the most corrupt than any NDC government ever in the history of this country. And America no me quote corruption perception index. Kona kwa check Mahama the corruption perception index. Na check eye Akufo-Addo de. What say o man no? Say about democracy and freedom of speech. Say yema journalist ayo mo adwuma without attack. You've performed worse than Mahama. Intinanke ye ka se obi abo man a the least person I expect to come on TV and to accuse someone else, a MPP communication director, and tell America Richard Ahiagbah no, he needs a medical checkup. Richard Ahiagbah, he needs a medical checkup because anyone in their right senses will not say the things he has gone on TV to say. Na bonsam, wo bonsam moi, bonsamu, bonsam, na bonsam moi. Achi beifo na bonsam na ikatre beifo ne se he wo unye bons hey jawajo bonsam no oyem beifo ne boni ni na eheni no na bonsam ikatre beifo bi se he wo unye nyankopon tua okapa wo unye bonsam that is what the MPP Richard Ahiagbah is doing. Betina TV so say enye say Ghana for and to abama NDC na nko man we ye du enim ye tumpon sin baby hey and the wa Charlie Richard Ahiagbah be very careful be very careful because social media go and see how people are so inti ya na menti ase say ya na nkrofo di watem sana sana ope ana that's what you want people should always insult you. Now, no problem. 2025, you go to opposition. Now, opposition, we will see how you come on TV and then be talking again. So, and then when you're to me, and you are speaking anyhow and insulting the intelligence of Ghanaians anyhow. opposition no beko 2025 obeko na wokọ a afi ye front say eba TV so na bra be kasa kire Ghana fo a obehu nyanse hu ne se Ghana fo ye nyansa fo ntino ma me nko kan nsem a medi Ghana fo atem me nko ka ma adwen 8 years in power. What can you say you've done? Your opponent are yet to 8 years ago, and then still you are accusing him for the bad things happening in this country. Are you serious? Na mo MPP obi accuse mo anka mo betumi nya some of the wins amodie tu na anka mo betumi nya bi di aka. Charlie, let us respect ourselves so. If for Montreal mo adwen me that's it.